I have spent so much of my life wasting it by caring about what other people think about me, when in reality, everybody's just living by these societal confinements and standards that they place on people to control them and try to make them feel guilty about not following the grain. When in reality, God tells us to go against the grain and follow Him and not the world, because Jesus came here to reform churches and reform structures and these systems that are in place now so that they don't oppress us and that so we can be liberated. So to come to this awakening personally and spiritually for myself, it's like the great aha moment. And yes, you can look back and you can say, I've wasted so much time, but you could also frame it in the perspective that God only puts this on your heart and on your spirit at the time that He feels that you are ready. So I believe that I'm 27 years old now. I believe that my life, it's not a waste, and you shouldn't feel that way either, no matter what age you're at now. It's just about going with the flow, realizing that right now is the only time we have, the present moment, and to just be grateful for that, because that will continue to shift us on those positive lifelines instead of dragging us back into the old familiar past where we are trapped in this box and in these lower frequency emotions of guilt and shame and sadness, all of these demonic feelings that separate us from God. Because what does the word demonic actually mean? Honestly, right now off the top of my head, I'm forgetting the literal translation, but it means to be separate from our creator. And our creator wants us to be our most peaceful, joyous, and happy selves. So right now I'm making this video today because right now I'm currently stuck in this life situation. Let me reframe that. I'm not stuck. I'm just going through this tiny little bout of suffering mentally, and I've been going through it for about like almost 2 years now. And it took me a year into the situation for me to realize that this has been a test by God to show me what my actual strength is as a human being and who He has created me to be in this life. And honestly, God works in mysterious ways. So for me to actually understand and realize, maybe not to the full capacity, because you can't understand the infinity of divinity that He is, but I understand that He's putting me through and surrounding me with these particular people to test me and to awaken me to my thoughts and emotions, that they are actually separate from me and you, that we are actually not our thoughts and emotions. So whenever we go through suffering, we are able to separate ourselves, as tough as it may be and as it may seem, and having to make the same decision over and over again to distinguish between the thought and emotion and our actual selves. Because like there's this voice in our head that sounds like us, but it's not actually us. So it's a wild concept. And when you try to talk about these topics with NPCs of the world, they'll look at you like you're a mental patient when they're actually the ones that are trapped in the matrix. So why I'm trying to make this video because I want to inspire you to think like, why in the literal fuck would you ever care about what another person thinks about what you're doing? And we're meant here to find what our purpose is in Christ, in His goodness, love, and joy, and find a way to give back to the world with that purpose and these gifts. So how can we ever find our purpose and our gifts if we are constantly distracted, conditioned, programmed, depressed, thinking negatively of ourselves because of these demonic thoughts that aren't actually us? It's like, this is like fucking wild. wild shit. And right now, after this suffering that he's put me through in this situation surrounded by people that are stuck in the matrix and they don't want to be woken up. That's the thing. If you're constantly surrounded by people who rub off on you their NPC mindset, you have to throw yourself into this bout of isolation, like Jesus when he went into the wilderness and he was constantly tempted. He's showing us, like, in these times of isolation, he's doing it for a purpose. Like, you have a greater, higher purpose. So instead of living like, oh, poor me, woe is me, like, I'm the victim here, take it and be like, he chose me to endure this spiritual suffering, to create a higher self and a higher purpose for me. Like, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. Like, because not everybody understands this, and not everybody will wake up with on during their time here on this earth, and that's scary to think about, but you can only think about yourself. And this may seem like a rambling video, an event, but I just want this channel to be like my thoughts, unfiltered thoughts. That's really what I think I want it to be. And I'm kind of just like figuring it out along the way. But instead of staying in my room and thinking and getting all in my head, like nobody's even going to watch this channel. What makes you think you can do this? Demonic thoughts, like these aren't your thoughts. Break out of that box, break out, because as soon as you start and you start to create action and the action creates momentum, you will start to see your path, and God is standing with you, walking with you every single step of the way. And when times get really hard, he's carrying you through those times. And I just want to like scream from the high tops and say that the Lord is with you, and actually the kingdom is within you. Once you can filter through all of these demonic thoughts, your traumas, your distractions, everything binding you in chains, the love and the peace and the joy of Christ has been there all along, and it will feel like this coming together, pray, this coming together of your subconscious, your subconscious and your conscious. Your subconscious is your flesh and your conscious is your spirit coming together, and realizing that all this time he's been waiting for you. So it's really exciting. And yeah, join me if you'd like, and we can just talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I would love to find like-minded people and find people who are spiritually healed and awakened, or at least on the journey to becoming, because I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but the awareness and the realization is the first step to opening your mind and creating a new life for yourself. Love you guys.